I believe that one of the words that God is speaking to us in this hour is that He's going to give us double for our trouble, that everything that was taken from you, every place that the enemy tried to derail you, every delay that the enemy tried to give you over the last 12 months, I believe that God's going to put a double anointing, a double grace, double favor, double prosperity, double fire, double boldness, that He's going to cause you to go into the future with double.
God can increase that grace in your life. You can prophesy deeper. You can prophesy stronger. You can prophesy in a greater realm. You can prophesy things that you've never spoken before by faith, but also by the grace of God. But you'll rise up and be stewards of the manifold grace of God. And believers that operate in the prophetic will operate in a greater amount of grace and favor than those who do not operate in the prophetic.
Welcome, everyone, to this broadcast tonight. I am with the great Apostle Eckhart, the visionary and founder of Impact University and Crusaders Church and all the other entities that he has pioneered in his time. We're really excited about tonight's broadcast, and we're really believing God to do something significant in your life and do something great. Of course, you just finished watching a recap video from one of the videos that one of the challenges that we did in 2021, Master the Prophetic. We've done Master the Prophetic for almost 5 years next year, and it has been a tremendous blessing. And many people have been activated through our challenges, our workshops, and all the different things that we have done. And I want to share with you something with you tonight, alongside with Apostle, some of the vision and things that we're going to do for Impact University, and one of the places that we need your assistance with. Apostle, is there anything you want to share before we get started?
No, I want to welcome all of those that are coming on. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And of course, all of those who've been a part of all of our challenges, our workshops, our school, our university. Thank you so much for being a part of it and what you've done in the past, even by watching and participating. I really do appreciate it. And tonight we're going to give you an expanded vision of what we want to do in the months and even years to come. So I'm excited.
Yeah, as I was sharing before, we started really Impact University with birth just at the right time, because we did it right when the pandemic first started in 2020. And through them, we've journeyed through different schools. We've done School of the Prophetic, School of Prayer, School of Deliverance. We've got courses on dreams, on preaching, and just a galore of different things that we've done, discerning of spirits. We're getting ready to launch Word of Knowledge. And we have a School of the Gifts of the Spirit that we want to introduce in the next year. And I was looking at some of the people that we've been able to reach by our challenges. And we've had people who have crossed through our ads, our Facebook pages, a total of 2.8 million people that we've been able to reach by the grace of God through our challenges and workshops. And it's really an amazing feat. And as we move into the future and things that we're trying to really develop, one of our visions is to be able to have a small production studio. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be something that we're not looking to host and become a major television broadcasting network, but just a way to improve on the methods of what we've already developed and done, and make it where we have so much more of a stable location. As you saw in the recap, most of the challenges are actually hosted in our homes, where we have to bring the cameras. I'm in a office in our house right now where we have a camera, the light, and we have to break down and set up every time. And we're looking to make this a more commitment stable for the future, and really be able to perfect the gift that God has given us when it comes to Impact University and all of the wonderful members that we have. And in doing so, we're really just believing that we need some help. We need some assistance as we go into the future. We've never really asked for something like this before. And I want maybe Apostle to share some of his hopes for what Impact University will have in the future.
Well, years ago, the Lord gave me a desire to have a university, a school. At that time, I thought it would be a physical brick and mortar school, and I didn't have any way of bringing that to pass. And then, as we came, of course, into the internet age, I began to see that we can do so much more by way of the internet. I can reach people around the world through our video schools. And it really encouraged me that we can produce quality teaching, quality programming. And we launched it just before COVID. It was really an amazing launch. I was really surprised at how many people joined us for the initial Impact University. And since that time, we've incorporated thousands of people, different courses, and we want to expand. We've done a lot with the equipment that we have. We've done a lot in the studios that we have kind of made up to present to you, yeah, the different subjects. We want to do something more professional, and and of course we a lot of the money that we have raised for Impact University has actually gone into advertising to get more people exposed to the things that we have taught on the prophetic deliverance, dreams, different areas that many churches don't deal with. And we want to expand and get a studio now. And so the idea came up to have a capital campaign. We've never done this before, to encourage people. Usually people register for the school, they get a product, they get an excellent product. But we want to challenge those who are already registered. You've already registered in the past for the school, sold into that. You got hopefully excellent teaching, watch the videos, learn so much. I meet people from all over. Everywhere I travel now, I meet people that say, I'm a part of Impact. I've learned so much. I've grown so much since joining it. But we want to encourage people to partner with us financially so that we can have more than enough to do all the things that we really want to do in the future. And I've just finished doing a teaching on wealth. And one of the purposes of wealth, I really gave four purposes of wealth. But one of the purposes of wealth is to, of course, provide for the advancing of the kingdom. When I look at some of these secular universities like Harvard and Yale, and I'm not trying to say we're anywhere near that type of university status, but they have billions of dollars that people have endowed to them, given to them, that they can just do everything they want to do with laboratories and buildings and properties and land, really multi-billion dollar educational facilities. And most of them started off as Christian schools, but now they're just totally secular. They're not advancing the kingdom. Much of what they teach is against the kingdom. But I believe that God wants to give us as Christians all the things that we need to do a great professional job in bringing teaching, revelation, insight to those who are part of our schools, our universities. So I want to encourage you tonight to partner with me and begin by sowing seeds into our what we call a capital campaign. We're going to spend some time just challenging you in the area of giving for our upcoming studio equipment, everything we need, advertising money, everything we need to produce. If you have been blessed by our teaching so far, we have so much more that we need to do, but we really need to expand. We've been on a certain level for a number of years. We need to go to another level, and I really need your help to do that. So we're going to encourage you to sow tonight and give tonight in this capital campaign. And there's certain amounts I want to challenge you in giving. Really, I've just come up with 5 different levels in which you can give. Sometimes you hear the bronze, the silver, the gold, the platinum, and the diamond. So 5 levels: the bronze, the gold, the silver, the gold, the platinum, and the diamond. And if you were to sow, for instance, $10 a month for the next year, 12 months, that would total $120. If you were to sow $20 a month for the next 12 months, that would be a total of $240. If you were to sow a seed of $30 a month for the next 12 months, there will be a total of $360. If you were to sow a seed of $50 for the next 12 months, there will be a total of $600. And if you were to sow $100 for the next 12 months, there will be a seed of $1,200. So I'm going to give you those figures and challenge you to sow a one-time amount of either $120, $240, $360, $600, or $1,200. 1,200 being the highest level, a diamond level. I'm calling it the diamond level. And then 600 being the platinum level. And then $360 being the gold level, $240 being the silver level, and $120 being the bronze level. Now, different levels doesn't mean that you're better than anyone else. It's just based on what you can do and what you can sow. There are people that can sow $100 a month, which will come out to $1,200 seed tonight. You'll cover the whole 12 months. We're not trying to get you to commit to each month doing it, but a one-time gift would cover the whole year. And the same thing with the platinum, which is $50 a month, a total of $600. And then the gold, the diamond, the platinum, the gold, the silver, and the bronze. So those are the figures I want to challenge you in giving. You may want to give even more than that. I'm believing for people to give endowments to my ministry. If the world can do it, the church should be able to do it. I've been believing God for people that were so large amounts into our university, and we can just do some things, not only with our university, but also to do conferences around the country that'll be sponsored by the university as well. Do different gatherings around the country with praise, worship, teaching, preaching, different parts of the country. We can also expand beyond just the internet and even do meetings in different parts of the country. So that's a vision that I have. So I want to challenge you tonight in this capital campaign, and give if you can a seed of $120, $240, a seed of $360, excuse me, a seed of $600, or a seed of $1,200, and that'll be either $10 a month in one lump sum, $20, 30, 50, or 100 a month. Now, if we have someone out there that wants to sow a seed of 12,000, I don't know what level we'll call that. We'll call that the quantum level. Okay, that's $1,000 a month. And I say that because you never know who may want to sow that kind of seed. And I'm not limiting God. I believe that God will give us more than enough to do what we're called to do. And Rodrigo is going to help me to do this and give you the giving addresses. I believe they're being put up on the screen now. And go to those giving addresses and begin to sow your seed tonight. It's for our studio. It's for equipment. It's for doing expanded things. It's for reaching even bigger audiences, advertising. It's for doing meetings in the future. We're getting ready for 2024 and beyond. So let's do it. We've never done this before.
No.
I want to challenge you to be a part of it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I really love to be able to do this, and of course, when we have a production studio, we actually also be able to even record schools more constantly. Because when we don't, we have to, rent places, and it just gets expensive. But some of the giving addresses are being on the screen now. You can go to PayPal.me /ImpactU, or via Cash App is just the $ImpactUN, and then of course via Zelle. Zelle at impactuniversity.com. And we can do this by way of just being able to keep track of everything. We've selected those specific accounts to just make sure that we are able to note it. You can put a note of the purpose of what you're selling in, and our team will actually just be able to keep track of what we're doing. And we'll, as the amounts grow, we'll actually be able to display how much we've gone, how much we believe we're still far from. And those are some of the ways that you can give tonight. So again, it's paypal.me /ImpactUN. I'm sorry, it's just ImpactU. And then the Cash App is the $ImpactUN. And Zelle is Zelle at impactuniversity.com. And I'm going to briefly just put a screen up with what your seed will help us achieve. Some of the facilities that I've looked at so far, they do need to be a little bit of renovation as far as the walls goes, and move some things in the floors, and just design different things, of course, with paint, and making sure that we have a backdrop that works and serves the purpose of the university. We will be able to purchase some sound, lighting, and camera systems to provide excellent quality and a great virtual experience, and really be able to really secure the location. Of course, this is not, cheap to be able to do in some areas of real estate, but we're really trusting God that this next phase of Impact University is going to be something that will go beyond anything that we've done in the past and make it really to reach other people, and just really focus on expanding our online reach. The Lord told me 3 years ago to build Him a digital tabernacle. And so we've really invested ourselves into developing automation and, all of our websites and landing pages. And we always try to do everything we do, especially on our team, with excellence, and really be able to provide the best quality that we can so that we can be well representatives and stewards of what the Impact University is. And especially for us as a team, it's so important to represent Apostle with excellence and be sure that everything that he does and he stands for is represented as well. And I believe that, that many people are saying, well, you're not a local church, you may be in a different place, but really is a digital tabernacle that the presence of God can come through the screen. A matter of fact, somebody called me today from Tulsa, Kevin Leo, who's one of the instructors of Impact Universities in Tulsa, and he reached out and said, I'm here with somebody from Impact, and this is somebody who took our dream courses, and now she's having a dream interpretation academy in her own city where she's helping people to understand their dreams, because she was birthed and really motivated by how the Impact University teaching really helped her. So those are some of the ways that you can give and what your assistance will be able to provide for us. I'm going to put the other graphic back up. Again, it's just PayPal.me/ImpactU, or the Cash App is the $ImpactUN. Zelle is Zelle at impactuniversity.com. Go ahead, boss.
And yeah, and if you have been blessed by our school, if you've really been impacted, I want you to think in terms of how many more people need to experience what you've experienced in Impact University. The teachings on the prophetic, the teachings on deliverance, the teachings on prayer, the teaching on the supernatural. There are millions of people, I believe, that need to hear these teachings. And
Yes.
by doing this, you help us to reach more people. If you have been blessed and your life has been impacted, um, I always decree favor, grace, blessing, prosperity, abundance over those who sow into my ministry, our ministry, and what we're doing, and that you would increase more and more. Many of you hear me sometimes daily making these decrees. So as you stand with me, I believe that God will reward you just as I receive a reward for ministering to people. I believe that you will get a reward also for sponsoring and supporting me as I go. As Paul said to the Philippians, he said, my God shall supply all of your need according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. So his riches and glory are made available to you as you support the ministry. Paul's apostolic ministry releases riches and glory to meet the needs of the Philippians. And if and Paul wrote a whole letter to commend them on their support of his ministry. And if I could, I'd write you a letter, but Paul didn't have the internet. He didn't have this available. So I can just tell you personally, thank you so much for your support and what you've done. But this is just another step, another phase. And as I said, one of the purposes of wealth, I believe that the blessing of the Lord makes rich. God adds no sorrow. One of the purposes of wealth is that you might richly enjoy the wealth that God gives you. But number two, that you might also support the ministries God tells you to support. And there should be no lack with ministries. There should be no lack in the local church, no lack in the apostolic prophetic ministries that God sends out. We should have more than enough. And I believe that you will respond to this capital campaign that we're releasing. And again, the different levels I'm asking you to give is the bronze level, $120 one-time seed that equals $20 a month for the next 12 months. The silver, which is $240 seed. The gold, which is a $360 seed. The platinum, which is a $600 seed, and then of course the diamond, which is a $1,000 a $1,200 seed. And if you go above that, I'm just going to call it the quantum level. Okay. So I just added a level. We have the bronze, the silver, the gold, the platinum, the diamond, and the quantum level. And if you can do it, sow it tonight. Use those giving addresses that we're giving and sow into Impact University. Help us get a studio, get it up and running. We can produce more programs for Impact. We can do more things by way of the internet of teaching, bring more people in to record as well. And also we can begin to do meetings, more meetings around the country. We do have a meeting coming up in the month of March in Dallas, Texas, that we're going to be doing. We haven't really begun to announce it yet, but we're getting back to that. Took us a while after COVID to get back to having gatherings, but we're moving back into that. So your seed helps us to do that, and begin to sow tonight. Use those giving addresses and help us in Impact University, our capital campaign.
Yes, that's it. I believe, God, that it's going to be a really phenomenal time to be able to do this
I
towards the
believe
end of
we
the
have
year.
Rodrigo. I'll wait for him to come back on.
I'm here.
But again,
Can you
use
see
your
me?
giving addresses and begin to sow, especially if you've been blessed by what we've been doing when it comes to Impact University. You've grown, you've learned, you've been taught, you're operating at a different level. I want you to really help someone else to become a part of this by helping us to reach more people, not just in our states, but around the world. We have people that have become a part of Impact University. It's really, truly been international thanks to the internet.
Yeah, and I really, again, is really powerful that all of the different testimonies that I've personally received and seen, and maybe we'll display some of them another time. But we really have quite a bit of those of different people who have reached out to us and share their experiences with us and how God has really blessed and been able to just experience the breakthroughs in their own personal lives. And I really do think that the end of the year is an appropriate time to do this, perhaps as we may be even challenging to sow a seed, even for a new year. That perhaps your seed will go and help us do something new, and God will repay and revisit everything that you've done. And is not our labor is not in vain. We're really believing God to make a great impact. And so we just wanted to come on and make this announcement, and we're going to continue to challenge as the end of the year comes around, and really believe God that something significant will happen as far as to be able to start on the development of the production studio. We'll put up some pictures of different places that we've already taken a look at, and really just trying to find the right spot. So that's it for me, Apostle. Is there anything else?
No, I just want to challenge people again in your giving. We really came up with this idea to expand our university as we go. We don't want to be on the same level that we've been on in the last several years. We want to go to another level and really, really begin to impact people again around the world with our ability to reach them. And this will help us to do it. So thank all of those that are responding tonight, those that are going to those giving addresses and giving tonight. I really do appreciate it. And I speak grace, favor, peace, blessing, shalom, prosperity, abundance, multiplication, and increase over your life. And that God would do some exceeding great miracles in your life before even the year closes, before 2024, that you'll see the miracles of God in your finances, that God would multiply your seed sown, and you'll have great breakthroughs in your finances as you sow into Impact University and help us do what God has called us to do, and that God would reward you. As we reach people around the world, you'll also receive reward. I pray that over you, and I decree it. So go to those giving addresses now and sow those seeds. Again, $120, bronze, $240, silver, $360, gold, $600, platinum, $1,200, diamond, and anything above 1,200. Maybe you want to sow something bigger. You have it. We're going to call that the quantum level. So based on those levels of giving, I want to decree favor, grace, blessing, and prosperity upon you as you partner with us in Impact University. Thanks to Rodrigo for facilitating tonight's request, and continue. I pray that we'll continue to provide excellent teaching and blessing to the people of God worldwide. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless and have a good night.